Another fallout from the NBA Finals is, of course, the unfortunate injury, Tyrese Halliburton, and that's unfortunate. It really is. It really is unfortunate. And I know a lot of people, they're going to have their own opinions. Oh, he shouldn't have played. He should. Look, it's NBA Finals. I know if I was 25 and unless I'm literally about to take my last breath, that's the only way you're going to have to keep me off that court. So I'm not going to sit here and try to criticize, Halliburton, hey, he shouldn't have played. Think about your future. Does anybody know that there's no guarantee he'll get back to the NBA Finals? That's the risk he was willing to take. And quite honestly, if I was him, I'd have done the same thing. I would have risked it. I would have risked it. I'm just being honest. Because I've been in locker rooms before. If I've been in the trenches with my boys all summer, training camp, preseason, regular season, postseason, now NBA Finals, I'm going through the trenches with my bros. Life or death. I know I don't like using those metaphors but I need people to understand the severity on the length that you're willing to go for a championship. And when I played sports, I was that way too. I wanted to win. And if I can walk, I can play. If I can run, I can play. I'll deal with the consequences after. That's just me. Not everybody's gonna be built like that or Tyrese. That's it. I didn't make it on Tyrese's level of professional sports, but damn it, that competitiveness ain't never dead. Shit, I'm competitive in everything. I'm trying to have the best podcast. I'm trying to make sure I do this and do these certain things that make me stand out. I take this shit on another level. My competitiveness may not be on the field, basketball court, baseball diamond, whatever. This is my field now, so I'm gonna be competitive in all. Hey, I didn't podcast it sick, like a dog, coughing, sneezing, eyes watering, flu game. Yeah, call it that. I don't care. I've done it before. Because if I feel like I got an opinion and a take out, and I want to get it out there, I'm gonna get it out there. But just to bring it back to what Tyrese Halliburton is going through, hey, I respect the young man. I respect his decision. I'm not going to be the one. No, he shouldn't have done it. Who are we to say that he shouldn't or not? That's not up for us to debate. So I respect his effort. I definitely respect it. But it brings to a bigger conversation. And shout out to Jay Williams, obviously on ESPN. He does a lot of content. He brought up an interesting take, and I just want to conversate about it because, maybe he does have validity to it. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
The latest name on the list. And here.
Come on, Jay. Let's start.
That's the part that you're not going to.
Let's start it.
The magic number.
Okay. Here we go. Come on, Jay.
It's 8. 8 players torn Achilles in one season. And Howie's the latest name on the list. And here's the part that you're not going to see on TikTok, you're not going to see on social, you're not going to see on SportsCenter because nobody is talking about it. The NBA is playing its fastest pace since the early 70s, nearly 109 possessions a game. It's a highlight culture, it's tempo, it's space and pace, it's algorithms that are driving the product. But here's the real question. Are we optimizing the game? Or are we pushing these athletes past the point of sustainability? We made the game faster, loud, more viral. It's everywhere, but bodies are breaking down at a high pace and nobody's hitting the brakes. So how do we fix it? You fix it by cutting the schedule, by funding recovery science, by redesigning off-season training. You have to protect the players before the game breaks them, because if we don't, we're not evolving the sport. We're exhausting it.
Man, some good words from Jay Will. I can feel what he's saying. I got some pushback though, and it's not It's nothing demeaning. I just got a little pushback to what Jay Williams says. All right. This is a conversation I need to put the blunt down. We gotta have real talk. So I get what Jay Will is saying. I do. You know, his suggestion is cut the season down and, you know, fund recovery and all that stuff. Here's my thing. It's 2025. These franchises have the access to the most, analytical, scientifical stuff out there when it comes to sports. The sports science nowadays is so crazy. It's so crazy how much access these top franchises have to, medicine, sports medicine. You know what I'm saying? And it's out there. There's shit ton of companies out there that are, in the process of development and doing all types of stuff that trying to advance sports science. So that's out there. I think another thing I want to push back on with Jay Williams is that here's the thing that's really bothering me. I'm just confused on why would we cut back on the games? And I know I don't mean to compare two different sports, but look at the NFL. All right. And obviously I don't have no scientific numbers in front of me, but let's just kind of use our common sense. All right. All right. I'm asking a question. Now, would y'all think which is the more physical sport? Football or basketball? NFL or NBA? Come on, let's be honest. NFL is going to be your more physical sport, correct? All right. NFL is talking about adding more games, and they already added more games within the last couple of years. They added one more game, and they're talking about adding more, which they probably going to eventually do in the next couple of years. They're going to add another game. So I'm just confused how one professional sport, which is the more physical game, and I get it, they only play, 17 games in a playoff run compared to 82 in a playoff run. I get that. But still, let's talk about the physicality of the sport. I like, again, I don't know if there's numbers out there in the sports world, science world that can back up anything that I'm saying, but I would guess that on my body, a football career would probably be more taxing than a basketball career. Obviously, we've seen how some, NBA players nowadays kind of got the inverted knees, the little Nike knees, the Kenny Smith knees. I've seen that before, and that's tough to watch. But I also seen how NFL players who have played in a game, had a lengthy career, they can either not walk, have some type of brain injury, or unfortunately in the NFL have succumbed to some CTE symptoms, and they are unfortunately have perished. We've seen this in the NFL when it comes to these certain careers where dudes are just not the same after playing a couple of years in football. There was a guy in South Carolina a couple of years ago. Turned out he had CTE, played a couple of years in the NFL, was down in South Carolina, a murder-suicide situation. Kidnapped the whole family, unfortunately took his life and theirs. He wasn't in his right mind. And that was just off a couple of years in playing football. And I'm not trying to compare which is worse or worse. I'm just trying to formulate. Y'all know me, I'm a dot connector. How is it that one sport is adding more, but they got to prove that they are just, that sport is just toxic to a person's body. And for me, when it comes to the NBA, I get what Jay Williams is saying, but you got a guy who is the face, and possibly still the face of the NBA until he retires. And I'm talking about LeBron James. The NBA has built-in rest days. You know, they've already done the time load management situation they got going on in the NBA, and I'm just confused on how is it you're playing less, but these guys are getting hurt more. Now, forgive me for my ignorance. I don't recall a lot of these Achilles injuries. Obviously, they did happen back in the days, but growing up watching in the 90s, you know, the early 2000s, I maybe, excuse my ignorance, maybe I don't recall a lot of these Achilles injuries, and not to this extent. In one season that 8 guys go down to the same injury. I just never seen that. So excuse my ignorance if I'm just kind of like, well, why? So I don't know if y'all can see this. I'm gonna try to blow it up. Okay, I did that the wrong way. All right, and that's as good as it's gonna get. All right, I want y'all to look at this, and I'll just read it all to you. This is LeBron James, and here's my pushback: a guy that is 40 years old, 22 years in the league, been playing since he was 18. All right. He's averaging playing 70 games a season. LeBron James is averaging 70 games a season. It's an 82-game season. He's averaging 70. And this is at 40 years old. 22 years. And what this isn't showing, this isn't showing all the mileage that LeBron James has clocked with playoffs. This is just regular season of averaging 70 games. It's not accounting all of his playoff games. It's not accounting all of his Olympics that he's taxed on his body. But yet, here we are at the end of this season, and LeBron James still was at the peak fitness, available, there. Say what you want about LeBron. Say what you want about LeBron. Say what you want. All right. I'm not a big fan of LeBron, but one thing I will respect about LeBron is, one, his basketball IQ. You can't never hate that. Can't never front on that. 2, availability. Overall in his career, he's available. And he's probably one of the oldest in the league, if not the oldest in the league. 22 years. So I get what Jay Will is saying. But when the face of your league has shown that he can be available, how is it nobody else can be available? I'm just trying to connect the dots here. LeBron James has managed to stay relatively, well, more than likely healthy throughout the entirety of his career, averaging 70 games. That's what he's averaging. I know there's been some times where he might have missed a few games here, missed a few games there, had some injuries, creeped up on him. It's happened. Of course it's happened. He's not immune to injury. But the overall picture of LeBron James is availability. That's what the great ones are. They available. Michael Jordan had an injury early in his career, but he managed to have a longevity career at the peak, elite level. Elite level. So literally, LeBron James literally just played another 70 this year, 71 last year. All right. He dealt with some injuries, 23, so 55, 56, 45. So those are some of his lowest totals of games that he's ever played. Other than that, he's at least clipsing 69, 77, 76, 78, 81. All right. He did an 82 game season at 33, at age 33. All right. So I don't know. And trust, I feel for the players. All right. I feel for the players. I'm just kind of like, why would we shorten the season? It's always been 82. Your biggest star has shown that he could play majority of the season. Why would you shorten the season when all these athletes personally have the access to some of the best sports science? These franchises have access to the best sports science on earth. Again, how is it in this day and age in basketball, you're getting paid a lot more, but you playing less? Back in the days, them cats weren't getting paid like these dudes now, but they were playing more. How is that? Explain that to me. Somebody break it down for me. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? If I'm tripping, let me know. Just a thought. Just a thought.
Come on, we about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Whole Modelo, let's cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card.